and I ask this a lot of times, Pearl and Boheme, are women more progressive and do better, and women and children under their own control or under the control of men?
Under the control of men. We know that, Ali.
Should men control women?
In terms of
Yeah,
what?
you don't want
Just total
that.
control?
No,
Damn.
no, no. And
No,
that's the
I'm
problem.
asking. That's what you mean? So you just a blanket control.
You
Blanket
said
control?
if we control you,
What?
a Pearl. Outside of what we don't control you, everything y'all try to do is something 304 stuff. Y'all want to be lit. You want to go to the club. You want to go to strip club. You want to go on girls trips. You want to go to. You want to do OnlyFans. You want to be a video vixen. You want to be an influencer. Everything
Who
is on
are
some
these
whole stuff.
women?
Okay, Ali, that's
Most
the
women.
extreme. It started with just women
That's
wanting to
most
just
women.
work and have an identity outside of
relate.
the home.
And
I don't.
Boheme, it's gotten so bad that when women actually get what they want, they get the marriage, they get the baby, they get the family, they want freedom, aka going back to being a thought. Like
That
they
is
want to
not
go.
true, Ali.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
No, it's not being a
Okay,
thought.
so
So
what?
let me explain something to you. So when certain, I don't want to make a blanket statement. So we're not
Come
gonna say.
on now, host playing this to us. Come on.
Oh no, hey
Okay,
Pearl,
so no,
hey
I'm
Pearl,
serious.
Pearl. I didn't get
Yes,
to say the
Ali.
second. It's either she going back to be a thought, or she does. It's too hard for her to love somebody outside herself. She loves herself way more than she loves her man or her kids. So it's two. I'm sorry. One is she goes back to being a hoe, or number two is she struggles and doesn't want the responsibility to love somebody else other than herself. And that usually happens in mature woman. The older woman, younger woman, she go back to being a thought. The mature woman, it's very difficult for her to love a man and a kid and kids and love somebody outside herself. She loves herself more than everybody else.
And sometimes it's just difficult for some women to create a balance. It's not that they don't want the husband and the kids. Sometimes the dynamics in a relationship, she may be overstressed, she may be overwhelmed. I'm not making an excuse. This is
That's an
what
excuse.
happened. No, it's not, Ali, because if she's overwhelmed and she needs a
What?
break, that doesn't mean I want a break because I want to go out and sleep with somebody else. A break can mean I want to go to the spa. A break can mean I want to just walk around Target
You're
and I
making
don't
my
want to
point.
take the kids with me.
You don't
It
go
could be
take your
very
ass to that
dependent on
bathroom,
the
waste some
situation.
Sweeney
I
and Trev,
Listen,
Sweeney,
y'all
hold on
got
real
it.
quick.
Y'all got it, big dogs.
Sweeney, Trev, Anna the
Fuck out of this
Dragon,
girl.
Lapeef won't
Wait.
talk about
Now
he
y'all
need a
got it,
break.
big dogs.
He don't need a break from working. He don't need a
Don't
break
even worry
from
about it.
providing. He don't need a break from protecting. He don't need a break from cutting the grass. He don't need a
But
break from getting the car fixed. He don't need a break from taking the trash out. Women need breaks constantly from loving their men, their kids, and even going to
no,
work. They're
Well,
always
aren't we
looking for breaks.
emotional?
no.
We
Hold
function
on.
differently though. Like you got it, big dog.
Wait.
I'm sorry,
I have a
Bo. Go
question.
ahead,
I
Bo.
have a
Here-
question.
You got it.
Pearl,
Wait, I hear
what do you,
every day
hold on.
that men and women are different. Men and women are different. Here's the thing, like, it's not that we need a break from loving our man or our family or anything like that. A lot of times women give up who they are for their family. They give up what they did before made them who they are. And if you are consumed, if your whole life is your family, then yeah, you may need a break. You need to go and find who you are eventually. So, like, we are taught to give up ourselves because we have to raise children. We have to have a family. We make our life our husband's life. So, like, it's not that we're taking a break from loving our families. Sometimes we just need men get to go out and be themselves at work and all they are men they I'm sorry y'all do you don't have to give up hobbies. You don't have to give up certain things that you like, but women often do. And not that the husband is asking that of her, but that's just what women automatically do. We lose ourselves in our relationship. Therefore, we don't know who we are eventually. So, like, it's different. Men and women are different, and this is just a way that we are different. But that doesn't mean that we love our husbands less. Some women do want to just go out there and be a 304, but that's not the majority of women who are married. I'll give you that, but that is not the majority of women.
Hold on. Hey,
Give
JR.
up their hoes. Men give up doing whatever they want to do. They give up their resources. Did I get hit?
No, in a
Something happened?
different way though. That's what I'm saying. You all do, but you all do it in a different kind of way. We are all approaching this we're all approaching this in different ways.
No.
It looks different for men. It just
How do men
you just have
do
to
it, bro?
admit
No,
that it's just
no,
different.
no.
Yes, Pearl, this is pretty much an excuse. And your women, like the people, you got to understand women needs, right? You got to understand women needs because they try to phrase it this way. They try to phrase it this way to make it seem reasonable, to make it seem like, oh, well, this, you just got to have some sympathy and, you just need to be this. And it's like, man, once again, like cut it out, because once you start to ask questions, once you start to kind of dig deep, you start to see their requests and what gets them overwhelmed and what gets them tired. It's just a bunch of BS. It's just like, bro, this is stuff that we go through every single day, right? But they're then going to try to lean into it and say, well, we do understand that we are different. We talk about this every single day. Then, ma'am, why do y'all still argue against certain things that you already know is inevitable, right? Just because of how we are, how men are versus how women are. But both sits here and fight it every single day. So when she knows she is, once again, people, look how your women think. When she knows she really can't win the argument, she'll just try to switch and she'll try to say, well, some women, we just get overwhelmed and we just, that we are different. So of course you understand that we're emotional. And it's just like, bro, cut it out, man. Once again, women being performative, and then they get upset when we compare them to children. It's like, this is what children would do. I just see women who just gave up, women who were never really in marriage for the right reasons, right? But they mask it as, well, I was just overwhelmed. I was just tired. I just lost my whole self. I lost my identity. You do understand that men do the exact same thing. They lose their identity as well. There's so many men get picked on and get yelled at by their wives and their girlfriends because they play the game all day. The funny thing about it is, your man, if you have children with these guys are going like, hey man, listen, I got to prioritize my child. But your women, because they want to continue to push a narrative so they can have something to just constantly get on men about, they will push a narrative and say that your man always play the game, your man this, your man that, when your men need breaks too, right? Your men need a break too, especially being that they're the ones who have to carry the most of the burden, right? But you know what's funny? Your men just sit in the car for a little bit before they go inside, and they love the process of raising a child and being a part of a family, right? But your women, you're starting to see a lot more women today with all of the access to freedom that they have. They're still depressed. They're still destroying their marriages. Once again, this is like children. When you just allow children to just do whatever they want, right? You just lead them to their own devices. They just destroy every damn thing. Now you got videos of them crying on TikTok about them destroying their marriages because, oh, well, I just wanted to go find myself. It's like, bro, this is literally why you compare these women to children. And notice, you literally hear women say, well, once you come home, work doesn't stop. Men know that, but once again, the home is, it's so funny because I saw a comment, right, and talking about how your women, always wanting to take care of a house and all this. You just remember, about a couple of years ago, and I think they still say it now, but a lot of your women will say they turn a house into a home, but a lot of your women don't even want to do the things that keeps a man in the house, that makes a house a home. It's just like what are we talking about? But yet, once again, this is our sisterhood, and this is the logic of women today. It's a bunch of hypocrites and lazy partners. That's literally what Bo and Pearl pretty much just proved. These women are literally useless, damn near. We might as well just keep it a bean. If you can just sit over here, because you don't hear men saying that. They say that they're tired, but they're never going to sit up here and say, well, I'm going to lead the family. I'm going to do this. We just saw 2 videos, and I got more to show, but let's continue.
I thought I messed up. Can y'all see me now? I thought I went away.
No, you good. Go ahead. Yeah.
So we give up going out. We give up our resources to y'all. We can just take care of ourselves. We don't have to worry about y'all. We give up having multiple women and children. We give up the actual freedom. Y'all actually benefit from us being with you. That's why we push the men to be monogamous. Because if we do whatever we want to do, y'all gonna be.
Yeah, right when he was gonna say that, he froze.
Am I good now?
You're good now. Go ahead.
If there was 2 planets, one planet where women get to go to, and another planet men get to go to, women would beg to get back on the planet with the men. Y'all benefit from being with men. And then when you have to have a responsibility to the man that you call control, women want their lives back because they don't want the responsibility of having to love somebody, where men have to give up themselves too, Bo. It's a family. You're not, the Bible says it as well too, where both of us come together, become one. So now that we have a family, why are you still talking about your old self when we not no longer our old self anymore either? But if the Bible says a man that finds a wife finds a good thing, then you should be a wife when you by yourself, like I should be a husband when I'm by myself. So when we get together, you should be perfect, unless the woman still wants to go back outside, like I said, or she struggles with the responsibility of having to be a family and having to love somebody outside herself.
No.
Hey, shout out to JR, because we actually had this conversation in person one day, and I went and found the clip, and I couldn't have said it better than the time I said this. So is it all right, JR, if I play this real quick? It's one of your reels that was only like 30 seconds, about a minute or so long. Hold on, wait. Access to any and everybody. She does. Never does. The only majority of his access is dealing with people he don't really give a damn to be around at work.
Take his
Majority of his access.
He's taking time from his family to take care of his family.
Right. A woman would have access to everybody, and she would give herself to everybody. In her mind, she lost herself.
Correct.
When in reality, if you look at the opposite end and you look at a man and he's like, shit, I gave my entire life to a job. And I lost relationship. That's why when men and women when people get divorced, women tend to be more happy early on in the divorce, whereas men are unhappy because they like, I did all of this and I lost my family, but also he lost those connections with his family because he spent so much time at work. Whereas she has all those connections with the family.
And she don't feel as guilty about breaking up the family because she's still going to be with the family. Yes. She's always with the family.
Exactly. Stay-at-home mom has more access to any and everybody.
She does.
We give up a lot. That's why that day I said, man, women often tell us how much they lose themselves. And oftentimes we lose ourselves just providing. Where you sacrifice going to football games, hanging out with your wife, hanging out with the kids, just to go to work and provide. And I'm not even talking about men of serious means. These are just regular dudes who got to put in 60-hour work weeks because that's what they need to do to put food on the table.
You know what though? I hang on. You know what though? The difference is between men and women in this way when it comes to leadership and patriarchy, whatever you will call it, when it comes to a family or maintaining a family, is that the burden is always placed on us, and there's nothing that a man's ever going to be able to say or do to shed himself to say, I no longer want to fulfill my role as a man. I no longer want to provide. I no longer want to protect. Forget this whole being a man or a real man thing. Hang on. There is no opt out. I'm sitting this out for a man. He has to provide for himself. He has to provide for his mom, or his daughter, or his sister, or somebody else besides himself. Yeah, I mean, homeless men, different situation, right? But that burden is never, as a collective, as a social collective in a species, we have never said we give up this one thing and we're just not going to do it anymore because we're tired or whatever it is. Whether it's building the world that we live in, the street lamp, anything at all, the infrastructure, from now to the end of time, we wear that burden of the family and holding things together and sacrificing our lives, times, and hours to maintain that family, when women can just walk away at any time that they're unhappy.
But no,
and that's
no. To your point, largely as a species, women don't.
Bo and Pearl just proved that women are the weaker sex, that women are not on par with men. I mean, once again, this is another reason why you women don't even belong in the workforce, because the fact that y'all are so emotional. Like the fact that y'all gotta have mental health days. I gotta take a break. I gotta this. I gotta that. It's like, bro, like, goddamn, like, look, man, just stay home, bro. Just stay at home. Stay in the kitchen. Cook your damn food. Take care of the damn children. You start getting cramps or whatnot, go lay down or whatnot. I mean, but God, dog, bro, stay out of the way of the people, man, who want to who actually just want to work and provide for their family. I take that back. Stay out of the way of men who just want to go to work and provide for their family with no problems. because once men start going to work, they have problems with women having emotions and this, that, and the third. And it's like, bro, what are we doing? I mean, and just the fact that we literally will sit here and destroy a man's life because he quote unquote cheated on his wife, right? Or with some chick at the work. They will literally destroy the man's life, get him fired, yada, yada, yada. But then you will literally have women who literally sit here and destroy their whole family. They will destroy their whole family and they get rewarded for it. They don't lose their job. They end up getting paid. The judge end up compensating them for the damn shit. They end up giving them alimony, child support. It's just like, come on, bro. Like, it's ridiculous, man. But welcome to America. Welcome to our sisterhood. Do me a huge favor. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel. Till the next one.